Hello! Welcome to my channel. My name is Cheryl. Thank you very much for joining me. If you are a new subscriber, which I have had like 7 or 8 new subscribers in the last couple weeks, so yay! Welcome. I don't know why I did that. I don't know, but anyways, welcome! And welcome to all my returning viewers. Thank you very much for coming back. My camera is shaking. I'm sorry. Welcome. So it's been a while. It's been about probably 3 weeks since I've done a video, maybe even longer, and I'm so sorry about that. First of all, don't you love this dress? Isn't it gorgeous? This is such a comfy dress. I got it from Avon, which I buy a lot of my clothing from Avon. If you don't know, Avon does a lot more than just makeup. They have jewelry. I buy all my jewelry from them. They have clothing and basically women's clothing, some kids. They have just everything, basically. I'm not sponsored by Avon by any means. I just love them. I used to sell Avon probably about 20 years ago, and my friend sells it now, so I've been buying for the last basically since I started selling it, I've been buying from Avon. I love it. It's wonderful. If you want to check it out, again, I'm not sponsored, but if you want to check it out, I totally recommend it. You can go to avon.com or avon.ca in Canada and and if you go on there, you can find a local Avon dealer who is nearby, or you can actually order online now. So, totally recommend it. And I'm going to be oh, my phone just beeped. I'm going to be leaving my email address at the bottom of each video from now on. So if you have any questions about Avon, feel free to write to me, send me an email. I'll be happy to answer them from what I know of Avon, which I know quite a bit about Avon. But if I can't answer it, then I'll ask my friend. She's been selling it for about 15, 20 years now. So, yeah, I can find out for you if you have a question. Again, I'm not sponsored. I wish I was, but no. Anyways, I just love this dress. So comfy. I mean, it was like, I got it in a 2X and the extra large sizes. They have a lot of extra large sizes now. Like, up to 5X now, I think. Wonderful. They used to only have up to extra large. Now they have up to like 5X. So it's wonderful. This cost me like, I think it was $40 Canadian, which is less in US, so yeah, I love it. Anyways, that was off topic. First of all, just to let you know, in case you have not seen my videos before, I do have Tourette syndrome, and I am now off my medication that I was on for about 30 years. And because of a side effect. So I am off that med now. So you may see me do a bit of tics, which are movements or noises that I cannot control. Most of the tics I do right now are facial ones, like that. I just smiled a bit, but it kind of came with the smile, so you didn't really notice probably. One of them is this, like that. I just stick my tongue out. I'm not trying to be rude. It's just a tic. And the other one, the most common one, is when I open my mouth up wide. That's not a pretty sight, especially when I'm eating. But I never know when it's going to come. So my dad used to tell me just to cover my mouth when I did it. But I never know when it's going to come. And then as soon as it comes, by the time I get my hand up to cover it, it's like done. So you may see my mouth opening. I apologize for that if that is offensive in any way. I apologize. It's a brain disorder. I can't help it. And if you, don't like it, you can unsubscribe. That's totally fine. Please, though, do it politely and quietly without saying anything in the comments below that could be taken as offensive to me or other people's Tourette's. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Alright, so, okay. Okay. Sorry. The last few weeks have been pretty rough for me. If you don't know, I also have mental illnesses. I have depression, anxiety, and panic disorders, and the last few weeks have been pretty rough. I'm also going through perimenopause, so if you've gone through it, you know that your hormones change and things get a little different. I'm more emotional. I get upset more easily, things like that. So the depression kind of went downhill when I started going through that, and so the last few weeks have been pretty hard for me. There's been other things going on as well. I won't get into it, but just little things. I mean, it's getting taken care of, and not health-wise, just other things going on in my family and my life. And but I did start like I stopped writing and I stopped crafting for about 3 weeks. So that was a bit different. I watched a lot of TV and I read a lot, but yeah, so the last week or so, I got back into crafting, basically knitting and crocheting. I think that's all I've done. I haven't done any diamond painting, although I do want to start diamond painting again. I have a lot of projects on the go with the diamond paintings, so, anyways, let's get into it. Right into the yarny goodness. Okay, so this show will have no diamond painting in it. I apologize. I'm planning on doing a whip and chat sometime soon, but I don't know when. I'm also going to do a book haul at the end of this, so stay tuned for that. If you're interested, I'm putting it at the end because, you may not be interested in that. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have about 10 or 11 books to show you, so, yeah. Let me just move my camera for a minute. That up there is a diamond painting I did a long time ago. It was my first one I ever did. It's a partial. It's got some pictures on it. It's a Christmas one. Love it. Anyways, let me grab my drink. So I would recommend you grab a drink as well, if you want, or a snack, or your project, and let's get going. So this is leaking, but this is my favorite glass in the whole world. I got it for $4 at Walmart. Isn't it cute? I love it. But if you don't put the lid on correctly, it leaks. So, okay. Now, what should we start with? Oh my goodness, I'm moving my camera. Okay. So, my dad ordered 10 dishcloths about a month and a half ago, and I never made them. So, I've made 2. I swear I made 3, but I can't find the other one, so, this one, this is in cotton, of course, do the right side. This is, I think it's called Grandma's Favorite, or, can't remember, it's the dishcloth. It's like the diagonal dishcloth that everybody does, except on this, on the ridge, on the ribbing, I didn't do the pattern where you do the holes. I just made one instead. I like it better. I think it looks really good. I've always made the one with the yarn overs in them, but I like that. I think it looks snazzy. So I made this one. Now this one, I believe I made it in, I increased to 50 and then decreased, because you start at the corner and then you go up to like here and then you decrease. And this is knitted, by the way. And the pattern says to go up to 44. And I was busy talking to a friend on the computer, as one does, and I didn't realize I was past 44, so I just went up to 50. Now, the problem with that is, I remembered, after I made that my dad had specifically asked for smaller dishcloths than what I usually make, because my stepmom likes them better. So then I made this one, same pattern. I think the pattern is by P.J. Allen. I think so. And this one, I did the same pattern, but I did it 36 stitches, I think, and then decreased. So, oh, that's the left. This is the right side. So, yeah, this yarn I've had in my stash forever. I got it at Walmart. I got it big. Here we go. I got this. It was bigger. I don't know what brand. Sorry. It's just the only cotton that's sold at my local Walmart. So, yeah. 2 of those. I've got like 8 more to do. But like I said, I swear I have another one. And the bigger one, my dad said it'll be fine. So, he just wants smaller ones from now on. So, that's good. Then I've got all my stuff stacked up right beside me, which is kind of cool. Let's see. I am working on it. Well, this is a whip, but I'm working on a square for my dad's blanket. If you have not been watching my videos, I am making my dad and stepmom. It's a surprise for my stepmom. She doesn't watch my channel, so and my dad wanted me to make a huge Afghan, and sorry. And the reason why that came about is I had crocheted a blanket with heart stitched into it for my friend Ryan and his wife Bev when they got married for a wedding present. And my dad saw it and he's like, I want a blanket with hearts in it. So I had already found a pattern with a heart stitched into it knitted. I wonder if I can find one. Hold on. I am not prepared, am I? Oh, that's the other one I'm looking for. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, I can't find one. I'm so sorry. But if you go back in the last video and probably the video before that, you'll see that I have squares that have a heart stitched into it. Beautiful pattern. It's a free pattern. I'll link it down below. It's a it's called baby block pattern, I think. It's for baby blankets, but I'm making a large amount of them to make a blanket. My dad bought me the yarn, and I didn't work on it very hard, and so I'm starting to work on it more. So I've got about, what I'm going to do is put this, I have to measure it all to see, because he told me the width and length he wants to fit his bed, but I have to measure each square and see how many I need. And then what I'm going to do is, in between each square, I'm going to put a little, what do you call it, like some rows of crochet, like a little, I can't think of the right word. Anyways, in between each square, so probably about that wide. And so that it'll have probably single crochets in between each square. And I think it'll look really pretty. It's all different colors. So I am working on that. And, okay. Here's where it gets interesting. I was talking to my friend Liz online. She lives in my town, but I don't see her very often. We usually just have our crocheting chats at night and sometimes during the day. And she crochets like crazy. We used to call her the Crochet Queen. And, I still do. And she crochets and I knit or crochet and we just chat online. I was looking through YouTube for patterns, which is not a good idea, being that I already had this blanket to work on for my dad and all the dishcloths. plus all the other projects I started that never finished. Then, okay, so backtrack, sorry. One thing you have to know about my friend Liz is that she loves skulls. You know, like the face, the skull. I don't understand, but she loves them, and so does her daughter. And I had happened to come upon a YouTube video. For the life of me, I don't remember which channel it was. I'll try to remember to link it down below in the description box. But, and it's a square with a skull. It's crochet. It's a square with a skull. Oh, it's at the tip of my tongue. Uni's crochet? I don't remember. But, it has a skull in the middle of a square. So then I linked it to Liz, and she loved it. And then, of course, being me and being how silly I am, I suggest I make her an Afghan with it. Real smart, I know. Because I don't have enough projects to do, right? So I warned her, I told her it'll probably take a year or two before I can finish. Because, I'm working on my dad's blanket. She said, great, wonderful, take your time, let's do it. So I started the pattern. Now I went on oh my goodness, words are hard today, people. I don't know why I did that. I'm kind of weird. If you don't know I'm weird by now, you should probably know that by now. So I went onto the video. I did not watch the video. So, but, because I was talking to Liz, I didn't want to cause her in video. But I did find the link in the video, to the pattern, the written pattern. Went there. Now, here is my problem. The pattern, it makes sense. Don't get me wrong, it makes sense. But it's very hard to understand at first if you don't know your stitches. So, each row is basically different. So you have to follow the pattern row by row, stitch by stitch. So it's not a mindless pattern. It is crochet. There's, in one row you may have 10 single crochets and 10 double crochets. I think those are and slip stitches. Those are the 3 stitches used. What I found confusing was she would say things in the pattern like she would say double crochet or DC in next chain 2 space. Fine. But if you look at what you're working on, there's like a chain 5 or a chain 6 space between it. So it's obviously not the next stitch that you have to do. So what you have to do is you have to know what stitches you did in the last row to find out what to do in the next row. Am I making sense? Pretend this is a hook. So I'd be, hooking along, and, there'd be, I think the problem I had is I'm trying to think of how to tell you this. It would say double crochet in the next single crochet. Well, in between that, there's a bunch of double crochets. You have to find your single crochet from the row before to go, because it's got holes in it. You'll see what I mean in a moment. I made 3 squares, and I think part of her pattern is written wrong. And I'll show you in a moment what I mean. Because I went over it numerous times, and I'm doing it correctly. Now, there is a reason, I think, why it's not working out. So, in the beginning, she says, this is a free pattern, by the way, so I'm not, breaking any rules. Oh, my throat. So, okay. What was I going to say? Oh, so she says chain 43 at the beginning. I tried that, but when I did the first row, it didn't add up. So then I counted the first row, and to me, the math said it should be chain 40. Remember that. So, this one I chained 40. This is the first one I did. So you see the skeleton right here? So these are the eyes, that's the nose. Really cute, right? Now, my problem, actually that one turned out really well. I wonder what I did different, because on the other ones it didn't turn out. So, this one, this eye is a bit wonky. I was off, right here I did wrong. But I know what I did wrong there. So actually that looks pretty good. The second one I did, which one was it? I think it was this one. Well, obviously, this one is different. Way different, because, this part there is wrong. And, it just doesn't look good. But, one thing I do say is when you're done the square, you have to stretch it a lot to get it to show the skull really well. Again, those are the eyes. So this one didn't turn out right. Then I did another one. And this one was better than the other yellow one. But as you can see, I'm trying to look through this. As you can see, the nose, this part right here, is off-centered. So I looked at it, and I looked at the pattern, and as far as I can tell, I did it correctly. Now, obviously, if you look at it, this part right here is supposed to be over here, I think. Yeah. So really, it should be like that. And then this part should be over here. So then I figured, row 3 was wrong, which is this row, because you go up here and you do 4 single crochets into this part. Right there, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and then you do double crochets into each of the single crochets. I'm trying to show you here, it's not working very well. So right here are the single crochets, and then right, well, I can't do it looking that way. Hold on. Okay. So, right here are single crochets, okay? Then these ones right here are double crochets. And you had to do a double crochet in each of the 4 single crochets. And then in this row, which is row 5, you had to do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Now, if you look at it, it just looks wrong, doesn't it? It looks like this part should be over here more, and then do the single crochet over here, and then do the double crochet up here. It just looks off. So I went through the pattern, and I think the reason is because I chained 40 at the beginning, and she chained 43. But 43 doesn't work out for row 1, or any of the rows after. So I don't know. Do you have any suggestions, anybody? Because it just doesn't look right. You know, like this one, it still looks off a bit. See how it's way over here? Because it should be over here. Know what I mean? My throat's going off. So, I don't know what to do. I mean, obviously, this part right here is wrong. This part I did wrong. Again, I was trying to follow the pattern, and the way it's written, I did not understand it. Like I said, you have to know your stitches. You have to know, where the next single crochet is, where the next double crochet is, where the next slip stitch is, all that. As soon as you get that, it's easy to understand. I just don't understand this particular row. And obviously, I did this part wrong too. So, I don't know. I'm going to try it again today and see what happens. I think this one is the closest to the way it's supposed to be. She does show a picture in the pattern, and it does look like this part is supposed to be over here. Everything else looks correct. So, I think what it is this part has to be over here more, and then the single crochets will go here. I don't know. But I'm determined to figure it out. So, that's getting done. I have one more whip that I'm working on. If you have any suggestions for that skull pattern, I'll link it down below. If you are an expert crocheter, which I am definitely not, could you just do me a favor, look through the pattern and see maybe where I'm going wrong? I know where I went wrong in the pink one. I know where I went wrong there as far as this part goes. This part right here. I know what I did wrong there. This one, this one is just screwed up. I don't know what I did there. But this one, I don't understand. Where am I? I don't understand. Because, you know, it should have, I don't know. Anyways, I need a drink because I'm getting a little, a little upset by this. Just because I worked so hard. The pattern is a bit confusing, obviously, because it took me 3 tries. But whenever I drink water or juice, I always go at the end, and it's stupid. I know. I don't know why I do that. Okay. Then, more whips. Okay. I got this yarn at our local Dollarama for $4. It does not do it justice on the camera. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's a bulky yarn. And I started making my favorite pattern for a scarf. Don't remember what pattern it is. I know I got it from YouTube. I think I got it from Very Pink Knits. Yes, I think that's the YouTube channel I got it from. It's called the One Row Scarf, I think. I love it. So I've done this much, and it's knitted. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm loving it. Really easy to do. This yarn is so soft. I'm loving the pattern. Absolutely love the pattern. So, the only thing I did different than the pattern is I did a knit 1 at the bottom instead of knit 2. What happened is I lost a stitch in the first couple rows, so I just fudged it and just put one single, or not single, thinking about crochet, 1 knit stitch at the end instead of 2. So, yeah, I'm loving it. This is a mindless pattern. Again, it's a free pattern. And all it is knit 1, knit 2. The third one you knit through the back loop, and the fourth one you purl. So it's knit, knit, knit through the back loop, purl, and then at the end knit 1. On the pattern it says to knit 2. I knit 1. So yeah, it makes this beautiful ridge. Isn't that gorgeous? So I'm having fun doing that at night a lot of times. One more thing. I want to make a sweater. I am determined to make a sweater this year. Determined. I started one last year. I never finished it. I did the back piece, if you remember correctly. So the pattern I'm using, now I don't do edits, so I can't show you the pattern because it's in my bookmarks on my computer, and I don't know how to show something on my computer when I'm recording. It is from a YouTube channel again, Marley Bird's YouTube channel. I think it's Marley Bird Knits or Crochets, something like that. And she has a 6-part series on her YouTube channel, and it's my first sweater, I think it's called. And it's just a simple sweater, which is all I really wanted. I just wanted something simple to make my first sweater on. I didn't go through the video. On each, it's a knit along, so each video has a link to part of the pattern. So each video has a different section of the pattern. So all you have to do is go to I think it's her website, and it says, well, anyways, go to the, okay, this is what I did. I went to the first video that she has, which is talking about gauge swatches and everything, which I didn't do. I don't like gauge swatching. I don't like doing it. So, in the description box there, it gives a link to where the patterns are. You go to that page, which I believe is just her website, and it has links to the other 6 sections. So this was done in spring 2019, so this year, and each video has a section that of the pattern. I'm losing it. I'm sorry. I'm getting so tired. Anyways, so anyways, I went to the first section and started it. But I messed up. Yeah. So it's a knitted sweater. And my plans for it, it's just a normal sweater. It's nothing fancy, it's just a sweater. And I want to put light pink on the top half, and then bright pink on the bottom. And then for the sleeves, which are long sleeves, I want bright pink on the top and light pink on the bottom. I mean, wouldn't that be pretty? I think that'd be so pretty. So I found, now they say to use the needles that match the gauge, and I didn't check the gauge. So I looked at her gauge, and as far as I know, her gauge is what I get on a 5mm needle. I kind of ran out of needles, out of, what do you call them? Not straight needles, the other one. These. For some reason, my mind is gone. I ran out of them, so I found some straight needles, and I found one for 4.5mm. Is this millimeter? Yeah, 4.5mm straight needles. The sweater is done in pieces, so I thought, okay, I'll use straight needles. Could not find a 5mm straight needle. I did find this one, which is the 4.5. Now I did some math in my head because she said that the sweater has 10 inches positive ease. So I thought, okay, that means my bust is about 48 or 50, I can't remember. I said 52 because, I mean, I used to be 52. Don't know if I still am. And I went from there. So if there's 10 inches of positive ease, it would be a little bit baggy, but I thought, okay, I could do that. And I kind of wanted a baggy sweater. So then I thought, if I'm using a 4.5 instead of a 5, I should, consider that in my decision of what size to do. Then I looked at the 2X, because it goes up to 5X, I think, or 4X. And I went to the 2X, which is what I normally am, and the bust size was bigger than what I am. So then I had to decide whether to do the 1X with the positive ease or the 2X with the smaller needle and positive ease. I just ended up deciding to do the 2X. It might be baggy. I don't know, but it should fit at least. So, I don't know. We'll see. So, I started it. Again, this is a free pattern. In the beginning, now I don't even know if we're doing top down or bottom up, but I think this is the bottom, and it's a beautiful rib, which is wonderful. My only problem is this. Yeah, I don't know what I did there, but on this side, sorry, my ticks. On this side, I mean, it looks a little bit better, but it's still not. Right there, there's that. It just does not look great, but this is my main concern. This right here. That, So what I found out is down here, I dropped a stitch. So, yeah. So, I tried to fix it by going down here, and bringing a stitch up, but then it just looked awful again. So it's a big enough mistake. Like this part is, it doesn't bother me much because it's not really that noticeable. This part's a little wonky and this part's a little wonky, but it's not as noticeable as this part. This is obvious, I think. So, this stitch is supposed to be here. So, to me, that's really obvious, and it just doesn't look good. So, what I'm going to do is rip it back to right here. It is a 2-row rib thing. Sorry, I don't know why I said thing. 2 rows, and it's very pretty. I like it. And I think all of these were straight. It's just this part I messed up. And I think all I did was dropped a stitch down here and never picked it up. So today I'm going to rip back here. Now my hand does hurt today, my left hand, so I don't know if I could do it today, but I'm going to rip it back to here and then do it. Now I have to do this for 3 inches. This is about 2.5 inches, a little over 2.5. So, yeah. Anyways, it's very pretty. And then after the ribbing, it is just stockinette stitch until the top. This is the front piece. No, the back piece. And what I like about it is there's on the neck, don't even know what it's called. I'm not into fashion. But there's this the neckline is like this. Like it goes from here down here. I don't know what that's called, but it's like a loose neckline. It's not a V-neck or anything. It's really loose, and I like that. Like it basically goes like that. And I like it. I think it looks really cute. It'll have a ribbing here, much like this ribbing. So yeah, it's done in pieces, which I like, because I don't have a long enough needle cord. I still can't think of what they're called. Oh my goodness. I don't have a long enough one to do one piece one, so yeah. I like it. It's very easy. I still, I don't know what I did here. I mean, I know what I did. I dropped a stitch. I don't even remember doing that, so obviously it's one of the late night knitting things I did, so yeah. Oh my goodness, it's already 40 minutes. Okay, so that is all the knitting and crocheting I've been doing. Where did I put my other needle? We lost a needle. Okay, we'll find it. Anyways, so that is the end of my knitting and crocheting. Again, I haven't done any diamond painting. I haven't done a cross stitch. No loom knitting. I do want to loom knit a cowl, so maybe I'll do that today, actually. That'll be fun. I'm running out of yarn. I have a lot of yarn, but it's all for different projects. So, okay. So, that is it for the yarning goodness. If that's all you are here for, thank you very much for coming. Have a good day. God bless you and all you do. And if you're here for the book haul, I'll quickly do that for you. So, let's see, where did I get these? Okay, so we'll start with Book Outlet. If you haven't checked out Book Outlet, it is a wonderful site. I do the Canadian one, of course, bookoutlet.ca. There is bookoutlet.com for the US. I'm assuming the other countries go to bookoutlet.com. I don't know. There at Book Outlet, they have wonderful prices on books that are not perfect. So they're sent back to the publisher, and Book Outlet sells them for a small price. So it's really cool because they're not usually damaged very much at all. Like, you can't even tell they're damaged. There's, there may be a little bit of ink problems that they don't want to sell it. So the first one I got. Okay, I have to get my books over here because I don't want to reach all the way over there. Alrighty. So, these ones I have to put here. Sorry. Okay. So, we'll start with these ones because this is what I was excited about. I read Scythe by Neil Shusterman. Did not think I'd like it. Loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Then I read the sequel from the library. Both were from the library. And it is called, Thunderhead. Loved it even more. It is a dystopian, a young adult dystopian. It's kind of between a dystopian and a utopian. But I think it's more on the dystopian side. And, I found them on Book Outlet. The hardcovers. Yes, because hardcovers are very expensive, especially here in Canada. For $7 each. I know! They're like $30 or $35 usual on regular price. So I got them. This is Scythe by Neil Shusterman. Oh, it's got an award. I didn't even know that. American Library Association. Michael L. Prince Award for Excellence in Young Adult Literature. Beautiful. I love it. The naked book is just, oh, that's kind of pretty. I forgot. Look at that. Isn't that nice? So I love it. If you don't know what Scythe is about, it is in the future. And in this future, there is, they have cured all diseases and nobody can die. Because you don't die from old age, you don't die from diseases, nothing. The only way you can die is if you are chosen by the Scythes. And they are people, kind of like royalty kind of thing, who are chosen to kill people when it's time for, like, because the population is so much, they're trying to regulate the population. And so to do that, they choose people and they kill them, basically. And it's like forever killed. They do, everybody can splat, which I love that splat, which means they die, but they can be revived. If a scythe kills you, you're dead for good. So this book is about two young people. I forget their names. It's a boy and a girl. And they are, I think, 17 or 18. And they are chosen to be apprentices and trained to be a scythe. This book was so good. It does have violence in it. It's not too graphic, but there's definite violence in here. And some of it is a little graphic if you have a weak stomach, or if it offends you or whatever. So trigger warnings for violence. I believe there is, I don't want to spoil it, but trigger warnings for suicide, in this particular book. So if you're not in the right mindset to read that, then I would not, suggest this book at this time if you are not able to read about suicide and violence in killing and stuff. Now this, the way I'm saying it, it sounds like a horrible book, but it is really good. I mean, it really is. It's wonderful. Neil Shusterman is an awesome author. I've never read him before, but this is just amazing. Thunderhead is the sequel. And it just goes on with the story. Loved it. Recommend it. 5 stars for each book. So, then, I watch a lot of BookTube, and one of the channels is Peruse Project, and her name is Reagan. She recommended these books, and I thought they sounded wonderful. And I found books 1, 2, and 6 on Book Outlet. Now, the thing you have to know about Book Outlet is they update it all the time. So, whereas one week it won't have a book, the next week it may. So, when I saw these books for like $6 or $7 each, I think one was even $4, I thought, well, hey, I'll get them. So, the first book is Keeper of the Lost series by Shannon Messenger. Now, this is a middle grade book. Reads really quickly, like it's really easy read. Really good. I'm enjoying it. I'm in, how far? I'm like that far into it. Loving it. It's wonderful. I don't know much. I don't know enough about what it's about to really say much. It is about a young girl who finds out she's an elf. Yeah. And she goes to a school for elves, and that's all I know so far, because where I'm at, she just found out she's an elf, basically. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's an easy read, a quick read. I don't know about trigger warnings, because I don't know anything else about this. All I know is Reagan loved it, and so I thought I'd give it a try. I'm loving it. Excited to finish it. So, Keeper of the Lost Cities. And the second book, is it this one? They're quite large, too. I mean, this one, and it's middle grade, so I think that's great that middle grade is coming out with some big books that, kids can get into and enjoy. I love it. I wish to get books like this when I was younger, because, where's the second one? I don't know. I think this is the 6th. Hang on. Okay, so the second is, that's not right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is the second one, I believe. It's called Exile. And again, it's Keeper of the Lost Cities. I love these pictures. Like, there's a unicorn. I mean, elves and unicorns. What better can you get, right? And then the 6th one is called Nightfall. And this is a huge book. I didn't even realize how big it is. How many pages is this? This is 792 pages. I'm going to have to go on Book Outlet soon and see if I can find the other books in the series, because I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. Then, in Book Outlet in Canada, you have to get $45 to get free shipping. In the US, it's $35. So I had to get like $3 more. So I bought Speak by, who is it by? Lori Halsey Anderson. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. This got a National Book Award finalist. This book, now I have read half of it before from the library in a graphic novel. I haven't read the actual book. It is a very emotional book. It is about a girl who, in the beginning, she's at school after the summer is over, and everybody is kind of treating her really badly because she had called the cops on a party that was serving drinks underage. And that's what everybody thinks why she called the cops. You find out later that no, she was actually raped at the party. And this is just about her going through the aftermath of the rape, and finding the courage to speak and talk about it. I don't know how it ends. I got to the part just after she reveals, like, the reader is revealed that she was raped. I figured it out before then, but it actually has her remembering back to the scene. So, trigger warnings for rape on this, especially because the scene is quite hard to read. It's well done, well written. It's not too graphic, but it definitely, I mean, you know what's happening, and it's very hard to read. It's, I love this book. I haven't finished it, but I was about 3/4 of the way through when I gave the book back at the library because I knew I was getting this. So I'll do a book review of this book after, probably, because if you know me at all, you know that I'm very passionate about dealing with rape victims, and I myself was raped, and it's just an emotional experience for the person going through it. Of course, I wasn't violently raped. I was date raped. Some people don't even call it rape. I did, because I did say no to the guy, and he continued. So, I consider that rape. Some people don't. I wasn't violently raped or anything, so, I can't imagine going through that. So, if you want to read an emotional story about a young lady who deals with the aftermath of rape, pick this up. I recommend it. Again, I don't know how it ends, so, but as far as I've read, really good. 5 stars. Okay, and then, my nose is itchy. My nose hasn't been itchy all day so far. I know, amazing. The last few books I got from Amazon. Now, I'm part of the Cozy Escape Book Club on YouTube. It's through Courtney at the Cortagonist channel and Lisa at Lisa Latte. They have a book club that has a live stream each month at the end of each month, and they pick a cozy mystery to read. Last month, they chose a book by London Lovett, the Port Danby Cozy Mystery Series. I read it as it was a free ebook on Kindle. Loved it. It was so good. Best cozy mystery I've ever read. So then I found out that she has like 3 other series, and she has a lot in the Port Danby. I think she has 7 or 8 in that series. So I had to buy some. She is a self-published author, and so I found her on Amazon. The first 3 books, I thought I was getting a 3-book book set. And I was kind of disappointed when I found out, because I love the covers on these, when I found out that no, it's a 3-in-1 bind up. But this is the Port Danby Cozy Mystery Series by London Lovett. Totally recommend them. Again, I've only read the first one, but I loved it. I'm so looking forward to reading the others. So the first one is called Marigolds and Murder. The second one is Carnations and Chaos. And the third is Mistletoe and Mayhem. Ooh, that's a Christmas one. Ooh, cool. And then I got books 4 and 5. So book 4 is Roses and Revenge. So you'll see a common theme. She owns a flower shop. So that's why there is flowers. Isn't that a gorgeous cover? Love it. I love it. Ah! Joke. I know. Dumb joke. But, and then this one, Tulips and Trouble, book 5. So I am really looking forward. These are pretty short, really good. I loved it. It's got humor. It's got love, like there's romance, and a good cozy mystery. The banter between the police detective and the main character is hilarious. I love it. It's wonderful. So London Lovett. Recommend her totally. She's got other series. You can get them on Kindle or on Kobo, and they're wonderful. Or you can buy them on Amazon. That's it. Thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry this was such a long video. I hope you enjoyed it, though. Please remember to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. This does help me get my videos into the recommended feeds of other people. So, you know, like when you go and you check your channel and it says recommended for you, the more likes that I get, the more times I'll be shown in the recommended feeds. So if you like this video and you feel like doing that, then you can push the thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so if you, of course, feel like it. Alright, thank you very much for watching. God bless you and all you do, guys. Love ya. Bye.